What I'm going to talk about today is the peer review online course rubric, and just talk about how it's laid out and how I anticipated it might be used. So first, when looking at this document, you see there are three overarching criteria for looking at an online course. The first being facilitating the course, then the instructor presence, and then pedagogy. Along with these topics, these overarching topics, I give a definition of what these topics might mean. And then follow that with some examples on how to meet, or what the reviewer would be looking for in the course on how to meet this criteria. And so then what you see below are subtopics that fall under this overarching criteria. And within these subtopics are examples on what a reviewer might be looking for as they review an online course. So for using this first one here as an example, facilitating the course, the definition of that would be that the instructor manages the course weekly or daily according to the criteria indicated in the syllabus or designated schedule, course schedule, with any deviations communicated in advance. And so how this first criteria might be met is that a reviewer would look at an online course and see that the coursework is organized, that there's communication, it's clear, it's concise. Assignments are graded in accordance with the policy established in the syllabus, and that the course meets readability and usability guidelines. Moving on, where the rubric is actually being used and a course is actually being reviewed, then the reviewer would look for coursework being organized and then look for these different examples here. For example, that the course is organized into units or modules as appropriate. Course materials and activities are set to open and close to optimize student learning and avoid confusion. Modules and units are date restricted. Course changes are clearly labeled. Any other examples that the reviewer might find that fits under facilitating the course and the coursework being organized can also be looked at. And so the reviewer would then decide whether this standard right here is either developing or it meets, and then be able to write any comments. So then the next subtopic here is communication is consistent, clear, and concise. And here's more examples on how the reviewer might look to see whether this is being met or if it's just developing, and then a space for comments. The third one here is course meets readability and usability guidelines. This is talking about accessibility. Again, examples on how the reviewer may look in the course to find how this might actually be met. And then the fourth one for this first topic is assessments are graded in accordance with policy established in the syllabus. And then there are some examples on how that might be met. The second overarching criteria here is the instructor presence, and then ways that this might be met in the course, and the sub area here, and then examples to look for. And then the third one is pedagogy, a definition of what that means. Again, how this might be met in the course. There are two sub areas where this is broken down, examples of how this might, the reviewer can look for items in the course that would meet this, and then also boxes for comments. If you have any questions or need any help, please feel free to reach out.